Welcome to Rolling Thunder TV. Rolling Thunder Tonight Show brought to you in part by Hayes Automotive Dealerships in Baldwin. Tacoma Motor Speedway, racing every Saturday night. The Fast Tracks Racing Series with a $250,000 point fund this season. Rolling Thunder Magazine on sale at racetracks near you. Rolling Thunder, the magazine for the little guy. By Reba's Buffet and Grill in Hollywood. Rolling Thunder TV. Get ready for exciting racing news. Tonight's show is being filmed on location at Reba's Buffet and Grill in Hollywood. Welcome back to Rolling Thunder Television. Like I told you, we got some very special guests tonight. I got Wesley, Doug, and Melvin English with us tonight. And I appreciate you guys coming in. I see you got the good-looking part of the family with you tonight, too.
Yeah, we snuck them in.
Snuck them in. Okay, well, more like they snuck y'all in.
Yeah.
That's about it. But we're going to be talking to them tonight. And I tell you, girls, you can, if you want to stand there, or you can go back to your seats. I didn't think they'd stand if we just knew what we had to do to get them up here.
Yeah, I want that slap on the back of the head.
Yeah, you get slapped, you say something wrong. But I've been looking forward to this show for a long time, since I've been trying to get these three guys. It wasn't as hard to get you three guys together as I thought it was. Of course, my good buddy Paperman's helped me a lot. I always like to acknowledge Paperman. I guess he does about as much for racing as anybody that I know of.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And I know y'all, I'm going to start over here with Wesley, and I've heard a dirty rumor that you were the oldest of the group.
I'm the oldest.
You're the old man.
I'm
Gosh, everybody always thought this character was the oldest for some reason. But now, the truth is out. And Melvin is the quiet one of the bunch, I can tell. Shy and quiet. You're not shy on the track.
No, not to be.
Well, the past few Saturdays at Tacoma, you've been doing pretty well. And, of course, Wesley over here, he's been running at Westminster and at Tacoma some, and you've been going up to Tri-County, I understand, some, too. Doug, what have you been doing?
Just working.
Working? Okay.
He's back up. He's been on
He's
vacation.
back up, yeah. Well, I've seen him in both of y'all's cars, I think, at different times. You kind of announced you retired a little bit last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I started a new business about a couple of years ago, and I need to try to concentrate on it.
Yeah. Well, it's bad when business interferes with fun.
Yeah, I know. I'd rather be racing than working.
I imagine so. Okay, I'll keep. Melvin, now you've been running what, 25, 26 years?
Yeah, 25 years.
25. Doug, you were what, 30 some odd years?
Yeah, about 31.
All right, Wesley, I'm up to it.
No, I don't know, in between 25 and 30.
So between the three of you, we got at least 75, 80, 85 years of racing to talk about tonight. This is going to be good, folks. All of y'all have been racing. Y'all have probably raced at just about every track in North Georgia, I'd say, right, Doug?
Yeah, we've run a bunch of them. A lot of them out of town. Mainly in Tacoma. We run at Blue Ridge.
Now, you run all over, and I will say this, and I'm serious. I'm not just saying this because y'all are here. But the English name is one of the best known names in racing in this area, in North Georgia, and probably in the South right now because of you three guys. And Wesley, when did you start? How did you start?
I started probably in about I graduated in 74, I'd say about 2 years after I graduated. Probably 76 or 77.
When did you start driving?
I don't know. Just everybody else, Daddy was messing with them cars and Doug was driving, and we sort of just fell into it. It's a family thing.
Oh yeah, that's one thing it's always been, I understand with y'all. Doug, I'll go to you since you're right over here on my right. When did you start?
It was about 76, I guess. It's probably about 75. Daddy bought a car and I started driving him. He wouldn't let, Melvin's too little and Wesley, he wouldn't let him in it, you know.
Oh, so you were the man, huh?
Yeah,
that's the
I'm
truth.
too wild.
You were too wild, Melvin was too little. Okay, now we know why he started driving first.
Yeah.
And Melvin, when did you start?
Back in the early 80s.
So you're the the latecomer of the bunch.
Right, yeah.
If you call early 80s the latecomers. I know y'all been running a long time. Melvin, what's the biggest race you've ever won?
I don't know exactly the biggest one. Probably winning a championship at college this year,
Yeah.
or 2005 season was meant a lot to me.
You had a pretty good year. Of course, you hit a streak there toward the middle and end of the year
Yeah.
where I guess you couldn't do anything right.
Had a lot of good luck and a lot of bad luck
Yeah.
mixed in.
I guess that's part of it. Doug, what's the biggest race you've ever won?
Probably well, I guess the championship at Athens.
You know, a big race to Cole on that, $3,000 race.
Yeah, I remember that.
For
I think
Max
that's maybe
Miller.
it, but
Yeah, you mentioned old Athens. Well, let me go over to Wesley though before I go to Athens. Well, I've never got to go to that track, but I'm gonna tell you what. Wesley, what's the biggest race you've ever won?
When I first started, they had a fall championship race at the Cole, and I won it. It's probably in the 1980s.
Okay. I know we had Tommy Irvin on the show though. Now, y'all know Tommy. I know everybody knows Tommy. And he's another one of those guys that I had no trouble getting to start talking. I thought I was going to hit him over the head to shut him up. But Tommy, I didn't mean that if you're listening. But he was telling me he won a big race at Toccoa back in the early 50s. Biggest race had ever been at Toccoa at the time. Paid $400. And by today's standards, but I guess so back then $400 was probably equal to $3,000 today.
big money.
But racing is really, over the last few years, and I know y'all can testify to this, it's changed a lot as far as the quality of the competition and what it costs to race competitive now, right, Wesley? I'll take on, yeah, the cost.
I'd say about $27,000 for a car, and probably if you went out and bought your own motor, I'd say it costs you about $25,000 for a good motor. For $50,000 plus your trailer and tires, and you could probably spend $75,000 pretty easy.
I'm sure.
On a limited car,
Yeah.
late model, it might be a little more expensive.
Well, Doug, you spent the last few years in the late model cars.
Yeah.
And you saw them change. What's some of the big changes in the late models you saw in the last few years?
Well, we used to run the mono league. We were to have 21s of leaf spring cars, and then we went to the 4-bar cars, and it's a big difference. They got the roadster set up in the rear and all this stuff, and you got so many bars. It's good for adjustment wise on track conditions, but you're talking about complicated. Now they got it down to shocks and springs and sights now. It's a lot different.
Used to, you could just go out to the track and race, and there's still a lot of driver involved. I don't mean that, but now it's a lot more car than it used to be.
Yeah, it is. They're just getting faster and faster. It's like Toccoa. They're just about too fast for that track now.
Did you ever think you'd see a track record at Toccoa, what, 11.8, whatever it is, 9?
9.7.
Yeah.
I think 11.9. No, maybe.
I was looking at an old racing news, I don't know, it was probably in the 80s, and Buck Simmons was on the pole, and it was like 14 something, 14-13, and Buck was on the pole.
Yeah,
in the
that's,
late model.
so that's, you're looking at 3 seconds,
Yeah.
roughly there. And I've had some drivers tell me, I won't mention any names, but I've had some drivers tell me they think that record will fall this year.
I'd say, well, good hooked up tacky track in fall.
Yeah.
11.8.
They've been in the 12-20s already on the rough track.
Yeah.
Smooth out.
We've had a couple of good nights over there, and of course, early season, I guess it's hard to get the track exactly prepared because you never know which way the weather's going to go.
Yeah, that's true. It's glide up. It's like the rain for 3 days.
That's true. Well, Melvin, you held the limited record over there for a while, didn't you?
I ain't sure what it was. Yeah, I got a 12.58 this year, and I ain't
Yeah.
sure exactly what the record is. I never did say.
Hemp Hill
Got
set
a
one.
12. Then when they had the big $3,000
Yeah,
last year,
12.5.
Yeah, 5-1. I think.
he had a 12.
He was just
41.
Yeah, so
We're about 4/10 faster this year than it was last year already.
Well, I talked to some people up in the booth up there at Toccoa, thought you broke the record, then we got to checking and found out and remembered that Randy Hemphill had broke the record at the last race last year. He came close. You'll get it for the years up, I believe.
He keeps driving over his head. He will.
Oh, okay. Folks, we're dealing with the English brothers here tonight. I have heard. I'm going to take a little break, come back. I've got some questions I've been dying to ask these guys. We'll be back after this. I'm going to ask these guys this, and I know that they've been racing so long. And when does the brother thing end on the track?
By the time
Tell
they
you
get
about
ready to
the
fly.
brother thing,
As soon as you hit Highway 17.
me and Melvin can race together good, and me and Doug can race together good, but Doug and Melvin do not race together.
Okay.
And
Well,
they just don't know what it is.
Oh, okay, I was gonna ask
They
you
don't
to
cut each other
explain
no
that.
slack anyway.
Oh, okay. So there's no brotherly love on the track.
No,
and that's,
no.
well, the fans, they go to see stuff, like that. And I've got to ask you this. Maybe I shouldn't, but can't remember who told me this, that y'all have been known to argue, let's say argue a little bit amongst yourselves.
Yeah, we got
That's his brothers there.
I'll put it mild.
That's them two.
Okay.
Falls on them two this time.
I've also been told this, and it goes back to the brother thing there, though. If somebody picks on one of you, they're going to get all three of you to pick on. Well, I've
Yeah.
always been told, and I admire you for that. You stand, That's like brothers are, though. They'll fight amongst themselves, but then when it comes down to nitty gritty, nobody better mess with you. If that's the way it ought to be.
That's why Daddy was. He was just, when I drove for him, you either won or he better figure out a good reason why you did it.
Oh, okay. Well, I've had, I think, like I said earlier, the English name is probably one of the best known in North Georgia. Maybe, of course, Buck Simmons is well known in this area. I got to get Buck on the show. And I'm going to get him here sometime, somehow. And he was going to be on an earlier show, and some things came up that he couldn't. But that would be an interesting show, too. We had, like I say, Tommy Irvin the other day, and Tommy is such a historian.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing. One of the early members of NASCAR. And have y'all ever done any asphalt racing?
I done some over at Anderson and a few races near. I just couldn't get a hold of it. If your car don't work, you just hanging out all night. You just can't drive it correctly.
Yeah, I'm a lot bigger dirt fan than I am asphalt, and I used to be a big asphalt fan. But I got to watching you guys on dirt, and it's so much more exciting. You see a lot of racing on dirt you wouldn't see on asphalt.
We did a lot of asphalt racing out Highway 76 going home.
Oh, okay.
That was, when they turned the blue lights on Doug and Melvin, they never did
That
slow
meant
up.
go
They thought
instead
they
of
would instead of.
Oh, go well. You have to watch them.
That was not nowadays.
Looked like a green light to me, I couldn't tell.
I thought you were going to tell me what now.
No, you better stop for the blue light now. There wasn't but one cop in Clayton at the time.
Melvin ran up on the state patrol one time and tried that run in and he busted the state patrol's windshield out spinning.
Uh-oh.
That wasn't a good sight.
That wasn't good. I bet that wasn't pretty at all.
No.
No. Now we got y'all talking. What other family secrets do y'all? Melvin, you got anything you want to tell on them now?
I don't think we got enough time.
Oh, well, I'd like to get you guys back again. We're about out of time tonight, or this afternoon, but I do want to get you back sometime and continue this conversation. And maybe we can get the lights on a little more. Reckon they might come up.
Oh, yeah, they'd be glad to.
See, they're sitting over there
Sure.
smiling
Yeah, just
now.
smiling, making faces.
Yeah, making faces and everything. See, it wasn't so bad though when y'all were back here, was it? See, you could talk and you could tell the truth about these guys.
I don't know if we need them to do that.
Okay, maybe not. Well, Wesley, Doug, and Melvin, I appreciate y'all taking time to come up with us today. And one other thing I'll ask quickly. You pretty much gonna stick with what you're doing?
I'm gonna run limited and race at Westminster, and then I don't know about Saturday night. Sometimes I have to work a half a day on Saturday, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep. Right now, this time of year ain't too bad, but as the year goes on, I won't be able to race 2 nights in a row like that.
Who's your sponsors?
Kilby Logging, Northeast Georgia Oil Company,
Watch well.
Watson
Sunwell.
Sunwell. That's about it.
Okay. Melvin, I'll come down to you, because I haven't tried to ignore you. You're just too quiet sometimes.
That's because they beat me up.
Okay, that means, okay.
Yeah, I mean, lady.
You pretty much gonna stick with Lincoln?
Yeah.
And who's your sponsors?
I got a couple of new sponsors this year, Heartwood Fine Homes and wraps and deer processing. Got C&N Concrete, Watts Welding, Northeast Georgia Oil Company,
Precision.
CWC, yeah, CWC Racing Engines, Precision Paving. I think that's about it.
That's why he wins all the time. He's got all the money.
Got all the money, said like he got this bunch.
Yeah,
of
Daniel
Doug.
Johnson, better not forget him, he's been with me a long time.
Doug, you got any plans to race this year?
No, I probably would if I had a good enough ride, you know, where I could just show up at the track. You know, they're just hard to find because when you're paving, you don't know what time you're going to get off and
Yeah,
stuff.
and those kind of rides are few and far between
Yeah,
nowadays.
I like to do it right if you're going to do it, you know, it's just hard.
Yeah. Well, that's true. You know, you've been in it so long now, I guess. Is there anything that you didn't accomplish with this racing you wish you had? Besides make like $2 or $3 million?
No, that's about all I done.
That's what we had when we started.
Yeah.
I've had good luck and a bunch of car owners most of the time. Well, 95%, I think I owned one car while I was driving. They didn't last long, but I've had a bunch of good car owners and sponsors and stuff. They lucked out, you know.
Made a big difference, you know. Thank y'all for coming again, I appreciate it. We'll get you back on again here and we'll get the wives, and maybe they can tell us some real good secrets.
They probably can.
All right, thank
Hey,
you
Mom,
very much.
love you, Mom. Still a baby.
Maybe we'll be back after this.